Hello, everybody. Ryker Richard here with the Raptors Digest, reporting on the 122-115 win against the Dallas Mavericks tonight in an overtime thriller, might I add. Now, no Ben Rogers on the pod. I mean, a little discouraging, but it is St. Paddy's. It's a big weekend for everybody that's celebrating. Merry St. Paddy's Day in advance, but we still have some Raps to talk about. Bear in mind tonight that all the optimism that I'm about to discuss is in lieu that the Dallas Mavericks team is a team that Mark Cuban verbally expressed, this was reported, documented, that they are purposely tanking this season because they have nothing to play for. He was fined for these statements, so obviously every team, the Raptors need to play with a chip on their shoulder. Every team that plays against them knows that this is a top seed in the entire league, top seed in the East. They're going to bring it their all. That certainly happened this game. But I mean, for a game to be this close against the Dallas Mavericks squad, even without Kyle Lowry, I mean, there was some unnecessary pressure tonight. But with that being said, there were positives. So we'll jump into that. First things first, we're going to skip the first, second, and third quarter. That was just disappointing. I think that the defense wasn't really there. Turnovers were probably the biggest issue. And Malcolm Miller, he only played a couple of minutes, but had a couple of turnovers out there tonight. I got to pull up the exact stats so I don't get roasted. Like I said, only 6 minutes, but 2 turnovers. CJ Miles, same thing. DeMar DeRozan even had a couple too many turnovers tonight. So the boys need to be a little more careful with the ball. OG had 2 turnovers. We're making a playoff push, and my friend had a point. A win is a win, but really if you put it in context of what we're trying to achieve, or what the Raptors organization is trying to achieve this season, it's not only contend with championship, it's to win the championship. So we need to bring things together. All right, but that's it with the negativity. Actually, one more thing. Dennis Smith, and I guess this isn't even negative. Dennis Smith Jr. playing like a young Russell Westbrook out there. Some incredible slams, some really great plays, especially down the clutch. So really good to see from the rookie. Yogi Ferrell, he has a special place in my heart. Had him on the fantasy team last year when he was when Dallas got him on the 10-day contract and then put him in the starting rotation. He exploded, sort of a Jeremy Lin-esque story, but not as heroic. He played really well too. We had Powell going through all the Mavs players with that overtime 3 to tie the game. Harrison Barnes, who kind of messed it up for the team in the overtime, but I mean, he had a couple of good step backs. So Dallas Mavericks didn't play too bad tonight, but the Raptors played better. So we'll start in the fourth quarter, right? Siakam decided the Raptors were down big. He decided that Dirk Nowitzki couldn't guard him. He's ancient. He's like a dragon in this league, but not a good dragon, kind of like a slow and lazy dragon. Siakam just decided to completely abuse him in every way, and that's exactly what he did. He had the spin. He had all the post moves that you could think of, driving it from the three-point line. Very solid game. If you think about the starters, give him those 2 solid thumbs up. Just really well done from Siakam. He only had 12 points tonight, but if you just look at the fourth quarter alone, it was really him that spurred the Raptors' run to get back in the game. We move into the last couple of minutes. We have DeMar DeRozan, the nice pull-up over Nerlens Noel to finish, well, not to finish the game, to tie the game. That's really sort of the pivotal point that put the Raptors in contention to win. I'm not sure. I'm sort of jumping all around the place here, but I'm kind of excited. There was a lot of things that happened. But just speaking specifically on DeMar DeRozan, we had the opportunity to win the game, fourth quarter. And comment what you think about this. But with the opportunity to win the game, ISO, Serge Ibaka came up for the pick and roll. And, I mean, a man stepped up, and DeMar was getting double. He recognized that, but then he threw the pass. I would have preferred to see, and obviously it kind of contradicts what the Raptors system has been building on this entire season, but I would have preferred to see DeMar DeRozan probably take 2 size-up dribbles and then just shoot the shot on his own. I mean, it almost went in for Ibaka, but I think that selfishness isn't always an improper thing. I mean, we have DeMar as clearly the best player on the floor. I would have preferred to see him take the final shot. But in the end, We advance it to overtime. Best player of overtime, Van Vliet. Steady Freddie Van Vliet, the man that apparently has no conscience when he's out there on the floor, misses a three. We get the rebound. DeMar misses what Jack thought was a three, wasn't, had the foot on the line, misses that. Ibaka with the effort out there. He was playing solid all night, grabbing the offensive rebounds, but kicks it back out to Fred, who just after missing a three, decides to shoot again. Like I said, the confidence, the ice in his veins drains it, and this is not the only time that we've seen it. The man is a legend. He's a legend in the midst, and he's only going to get better. And I'm going to speak really quick and really stuttery because Fred Van Vliet gets me so excited. I hope that the Fred Van Vliet account comments again in the thing because it's hilarious. The hashtag bet on yourself. I love to see it, but Fred Van Vliet has just been so solid for the Raptors squad. And like, shout out to Jerry West. Shout out to the Raptors development team. Like, how they have the vision to pick these guys and to train them so well. I mean, Fred Van Vliet barely had minutes last season, and now he's coming up, and Matty D, Jack, Leo, they all recognize it. They all agree. Fred Van Vliet's the one guy that we need out there in the fourth quarter. He's the anchor of the team. This is a guy that was fighting for that last rotation spot at the beginning of the season. Like, that's a story and a half. That's a true Cinderella story. So I mean, I'm just excited for what's going to happen in the playoffs. I don't know if I want to get into the segments right now, but I will, and then I'll probably come back. But it kind of leads into what the most important parts were of this game. So we're going play of the game. All right, the play of the game was Ibaka's rebound, or was it Siakam? I believe it's Siakam. Okay, you know what? The validity of my statement here is completely failing. But JV, he iced the game against the Houston Rockets with free throws, which is super impressive because the man is a worker and you don't expect him to hit all of his free throws. Same situation again today. We're up by 2. He has the opportunity to bring it up by 4. Misses his second free throw. He makes his first, he misses his second. They're there for the tip out. It comes right back to JV, gets fouled again, hits the next 2 of his free throws, puts the nail in the coffin, puts the game out of reach for the Dallas Mavericks. So apparently JV, not DeMar DeRozan, not Fred Van Vliet, none of the shooting guards. JV is the go-to free throw man. I love to see it. That's the play of the game. Him, both 2 plays technically. JV making the free throws, and either Ibaka or Siakam who got the tip after that first miss to send it back out to JV. The infamous DeMar Carroll Gold Star Award for worst performance of the game. I'm going to give that to CJ Miles when he passed the ball to nobody in that clutch situation where we could have had the opportunity to win the game a lot easier. Instead of just passing it to Mar, who was right in front of him. I don't know, it looked like he tried to pass it towards the baseline. Maybe Nav caught his eye, the super fan caught his eye, and he thought, I'll throw the ball your way. Maybe he had a lapse in judgment. Realistically, he probably thought DeMar was finishing his cut, but, I mean, you've played with the team all season long, man. You can't mess up an inbounds pass. He threw the ball to nobody. That's something that DeMar Carroll would do, obviously. So that unfortunately gives CJ Miles the DeMar Carroll Gold Star Award for worst performance of the game. And final one, the oh geez moment of the game. Sometimes plays just make you say, oh geez. And you know what it was? Matty D, end of the game. So I believe we're up by 5 at this point. The inbound pass, JV sets an up screen for DeMar, who comes off. He's guarded. JV is still, he's got a man in front of him, so they throw a lob pass, and Matty D, commentating, goes, oh! Very worried that pass was not going to get through. It was nearly thrown out of bounds. It would have made the play a lot different. I mean, I recognize that there was only 5 or 6 seconds left in the game, but it's hilarious when that true emotion that, Matty D clearly wants to see the team win, that he sort of lets himself off guard, the professionalism off guard, to just have a raw soundbite. So that gets the OG's play of the game. We have a couple points. Like I said, great win. Honestly, a win might not be a win for Dwayne Casey. He was looking like he was very shook all game. He looked like he had a couple of tears welling up in the tear ducts. He was thinking about, what the repercussions would be in the media if the Raptors have been working so hard to beat teams like Houston, what the media would say about us if we lost the game to the Dallas Mavericks. So he was a little bit unsure, right? But for us as fans, you know what? A win is a win. The fans were hyped that game. The fans in the stadium, they were having such a good time. I was stressed. I was pulling my hair out. I was perspiring. I was shouting. But you know what? We won, and that's what makes it so exciting to watch, is that any game is unpredictable, and when you pull it out, you just feel like you were part of the team. So, man, great win. But a couple of points before we finish off the game. I want to mention our last video. If you stuck it through with us so far, thanks. If you watched the last video, or you were going to watch the last video and you couldn't access it, it was taken down due to copyright issues, which is really weird. It could have been because of the GIFs, and I'm not sure what the NBA broadband is all about. And anyways, that's logistical things on our side, but I'm going to try one more time tonight to put in different GIF form content. If that doesn't work, then we're going to completely change the format, but I've also been alluding to things that are in the works of doing. We have a bunch of new content made on After Effects. We have a couple of new things that we've been working on. I don't want to spoil it. You'll have to watch it. You'll have to subscribe. You'll have to like if you enjoy the videos. But anyways, it's not something that's far off in the distance. It's not something that you have to ride towards the sunset. It's something that's here, that's going to be in the next video. It's going to be amazing. It's going to change the way that you watch the Raptors Digest forever moving forward. So I'm really excited for it. Ben's really excited for it. So hope you guys are going to get amped about it. Hope the feedback is positive. Let us know anything that we can improve on. Let us know anything that you like, that you disliked. Let us just hear what you have to say. We read all the comments. They're hilarious. They're amazing. They're inspiring. It's really good. Last thing, Ben wanted me to mention it. I don't know if I see the connection. He says, make sure you say that Rick Carlisle is looking a lot like Jim Carrey. I don't know. I don't know if I see it. I don't know if that's maybe he had a certain pair of goggles on tonight, but Rick Carlisle like Jim Carrey? Maybe, maybe not. What do you guys think? Either way, like I said, like if you like, subscribe if you liked. Have a great night. Have a great St. Paddy's Day. Take this win and let it amp you up for all the activities over the weekend. Thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for listening. Cheers.